Secondly, I can't stress enough how busy I was last fall. Not an exaggeration to say I was working 16 plus hours a day with maybe a day off every 20 to 30 days. I was planning a huge event that centered around a true narcissist, and he would have me on my phone, texting questions and answers all day long. The last thing I wanted to do in my time off was get on my phone. I can count from that period, and I'd say it averages 10 to 1 of Tammy texting me. I assume calls were worse, but one stretch I think I counted she texted me 40 times before I texted her back. It's bad timing more than anything, because any one of those may have been when she wanted to tell me. And I definitely appreciate her thoughtfulness of not wanting to spring it on me while I was losing my mind from lack of sleep at work. I agree with her that this was an in-person conversation anyways. I know Tammy is just an internet sprite to all but one of you, and that is so FNG toward the Torseneck up thing. I wish I had the energy to do another post, but she is a real person who has been my ride or die since we were 10 and 11. We've fought, screwed each other over so many times, and we've always forgiven each other because having her in my life is way more important than pining over a guy I spent most of my time frustrated with anyways. Don't get me wrong, I'm still pining and I cried last night over this, but like so many people said, maybe Tam-Tam's best gift to me as a friend was forcing me to get on with shit. Maybe 10 years and 40 plus breakups and just as many broken dishes and slammed doors. She was the sign the universe sent to make me move on from a guy who wasn't right for me. Update 2. So I log into this account from time to time and still a handful of people wanting to know how things were going. I decided to wait a bit until the actual wedding so I could do one final update. To recap, best friend moved to a city where my ex lived last year. I encouraged her to get in touch with him. They started dating. She got pregnant and they fast-tracked a wedding. She asked me to be her maid of honor. I asked this sub's opinion on whether or not I was being an asshole for refusing. It was pretty mixed response, but very intense on both sides. After lots of soul searching, I decided I would do it. Wedding was yesterday, and it was actually a great time. It wasn't without hard feelings. I still very much had feelings for Greg, and those feelings came out of me getting very frustrated with him when he wouldn't return emails or phone calls about what he wanted to do. But Tammy was much more patient and kind with him, and it really reinforced that feelings of not. He's not the guy for me. The ceremony yesterday was small and very beautiful, and they're so in love with each other it's almost sickening. I cried my eyes out both out of happiness for them, but also after close to 10 years off and on, Greg and I are officially over. It's never happening, and that's a good thing, but still worthy of tears. On a good note, massive /S. My dry spell with men continues, and I didn't even get laid as the maid of honor at my best friend wedding. Yay! All of Greg's friends were married or serious, and Tammy's brothers are off limits. The awesome guy who danced with me all night long was amazing in every way, but I guess my penis wasn't big enough for him to be attracted to me. The only single available guy was Greg's 65-year-old uncle who gave me a ride on his Harley motorbike, but even that fell through, and I'm about to hit the Embassy Suites breakfast by myself. Anyways, as a final note, this community saved my mental health during a really rough patch, and I so appreciate the moderators and commuters for helping me see things clearly enough to be an adult and be there for my best friend. As hard as it was, I would be even sadder had I not been there yesterday. Thank you again.